caught behind Venetian blinds.
Welcome back in for another Mixed Media Basics. So today we're going to talk about two products that are unique. And they both do basically, I think, the same thing. The first is Cosmic Shimmer's Lava Paste by Andy Skinner. And the second is the eXpandIT 3D Texture Medium by Colorcraft. Most of my experience is with the lava paste, and I'll show some samples of that in just a bit. But this comes in one size. It is a 50 ml or 1.69 ounce tub. It ranges in price from $7.88 to $8.81 for this little tub. And it is manufactured, Cosmic Shimmer is a brand by Creative Expressions, which is a company that's based in the UK. Many of their products are sold within the States. Now, like I've said, I've had lots of experience with this. This has done a little bit of discoloration over the years that I've had it, and it has a very chemically smell to it. And that the chemical smell it's always been like that. It's got a very chemical smell to it. It is specifically formulated to create a dimensional, textured finish for your projects. It can be applied to any non-primed surface using a spatula, a sponge, a brush, a brayer, whatever. I usually use a spatula. I have never tried using a brush, so maybe today we'll do that. I'm going to work on watercolor index card and a watercolor Rolodex. Then while it's wet, then you take your heat tool and set it, which develops the dimension and texture. It is, once I discovered this, I was in love with this. But I don't like the smell, and it only comes in this tiny little tub, which I've managed to hoard because I've deemed it precious. Once it is heat set, you can paint or colorize it, and they suggest a whole bunch of different of their products that will work with it. It's very versatile. It has a very unique type of texture that it has when you heat set it. So that's the roundabout gist of lava paste. eXpandIT comes in 3 sizes. It comes in a 50 ml tub like this for $6.53, and that does include the VAT because it is not sold anywhere else but in the UK, because Colorcraft is a UK brand. You may be familiar with Brusho. That's another one of their products. That's one of the only products that I found that Colorcraft sells in the States. So this is the 250 gram or 8.82 ounce tub. It is $22.67 for this tub, and then it comes in another one that's a 35 ounce tub for $37.26. Of course, all the prices are based on the date of filming. So the eXpandIT 3D Texture Medium can be applied straight from the container without adding color, and then you heat cure it similar to this. Once it's expanded and dry, you can go in and paint it, gild it. You can use fabric paint, acrylic paint, you can use tints. I have not tried anything with this yet, but that was true with this, and I suspect that these are very similar. The eXpandIT also comes in this off color. This one, it's discolored a bit, but that's about the color it was. Maybe even a little bit lighter when I first got it. Let me smell the eXpandIT. The eXpandIT has a chemical smell, but it's not as strong as this. And this, maybe it's getting bad because it's been around so long. I don't know. So we're gonna get into testing these and seeing. I'm not too sure about this tub, this container, but I do have a lot of it in the lid. It did travel all the way from the UK. So we're going to try different ways of applying this, and we'll see how they respond. So I'm going to try using a palette knife, and I'm also going to try using a brush on each of these. This feels a lot thicker than it did when I originally purchased it. It's more of a paste. That one's this is stickier. It feels stickier. So it's going to be hard to use a brush with this. We're going to try.
Depths of silence where echoes remain. You were the sunrise and I was the rain. A collision of souls opposing in flight. I was the darkness, you yearned for the light. Now you're gone, and I'm losing my mind, losing my mind, I'm losing my mind. That kept me alive. You were hello, and I was goodbye. An ember that flickered, that faded away. You were the summer, I was that same old shit in me. Now you're gone.
You need to make sure you keep it far enough away so you don't burn it, because this is a heat tool, so it gets really hot.
Why did you cut me up, bring me out, and leave me high and dry?
So you can see the two different looks that we get with it, with the brush, which is really cool because I've not ever tried that before. This is all I've tried, was doing something like similar to this. with the palette knife. All right, so that's the lava paste, and we'll add color to that in a little bit. So now we're going to use the eXpandIT. Try and clean out this. Use what's in the lid. It's definitely a lot thinner. This doesn't have it. You can slightly smell it, but it's not. It doesn't have any off-gassing or any smells when you heat it. Even though when you smell into the tub, it has a distinct smell to it.
What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go and burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way. Fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
Okay, so now with the brush,
Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding an easy kill. Gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way. Fell between the fold, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Look at me, Mom.
you can definitely see that I'm not used to using a heat tool or a heat gun. I'm used to using my blow dryer. I have a tendency to get too close. I did burn it a little bit here, but the patterning, I mean, the coloration is a little different. That could be because this is really old, but the way that it bubbles up is very similar. It has the same, oops, that wasn't totally dry. It has the same kind of foamy feel to it. Let me hit this again. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let these cool, and then we're gonna come back and add color in different ways. Because these are so similar, I'm going to use acrylic paint on the lava paste sample, and I'm going to use a spray on the eXpandIT sample, and that'll give you a good idea of a couple different ways that you can colorize these. You can also use fabric paints. You can use, I'm told gilding polish, but I don't know, unless it's really flat like this, I don't know if you'd be able to rub in gilding polish. Now, I am going to show you how we can do some dry brushing on this once we're done. So I'm going to start off with the lava paste sample, and I'm going to use this Nova color paint in oxide green, chromium oxide green, and it is fairly liquidy, and that is why I chose it. I've been slowly getting more. They're a US based paint. They're out of California. They're in Culver City, California. Okay, so I'm gonna add some water to this. Did get it a little thinner.
Dollar, dollar, I need a dime. I took a dive for an API. Babe, I want to give it all to you. Give it all.
Now I'm gonna come in with some water and let this bleed out, because I love the way that looks.
Give it all to me, babe. I give the world to you. Sweet thing.
All right, so I'm gonna let this set off to the side to dry. And this is the eXpandIT one, and I'm going to use this Lindy's Moon Shadow Mist in Burnt Umber onto this one. And to do that, I am going to use my handmade spray box, which I don't want to get in the green paint, but I want you guys to be able to see.
You were the sunrise, and I was the rain. A collision of souls, opposing in flight. I was the darkness, you yearned for the light.
I really saturated that well. And I'm going to come in with a blow dryer. It's not going to add a lot of heat to this, so that I can get this to start drying. So isn't that burnt umber beautiful on there? How all the metallic has formed in the crevices. So what I'm going to do to accentuate this, I'm going to come in with this lemon gloss spray that is in this drip bottle. I'm going to put some to the side, and I'm going to use my finger as a dry brush to catch the texture. gonna have to build it up slowly. And you can see how that accentuates the texture.
That kept me alive. I said, hold on. You say goodbye.
And we can also come in with a bit of gesso and do some finger dry brushing on it here and there to get a little bit more pop.
I'd reach for the city lines. This ain't where I belong. Ain't look at me, man, what I become.
And come back in with another little bit of this yellow. See if that helps it really pop. Oh yeah, that's much better. There we go. Gorgeous texture. This isn't quite dry. So here we have the lava paste and the sample using the acrylic paint on that. I love how you can see the markings of the paintbrush here and all this texture. So I just added that acrylic paint, very well watered down, and then sprayed it with water on top so it will pool in the lower parts and leave all the texture showing the natural color of the lava paste. And I think that you can really see that I believe that this is the same product. This one's a little thinner. It was newer, so I think that's why it was thinner. It hadn't thickened up yet. But I think that we get the same type of results from both products. So you have to make the decision whether or not you want to purchase this from the US at only the 1.69 ounce at $7.88 up to $8.81 per tub, versus purchase this from the UK with the VAT charges as well as the shipping charges. But this is available in 3 sizes. It comes in a 1.76 ounce tub for $6.53, or you can get it in the 250 8.8 ounces for the $22.67, or you can get the larger one for $37.26 for 35 ounces. So it just depends on what is important to you. I was already ordering other things from Colorcraft to try out. If you haven't seen that video where I'm talking about using their brush acrylic mist sprays and how to get your water soluble sprays to be waterproof or once dry, then I'll link that up here for you above. But really pleased with how these turned out. I hope that this has been beneficial. Lots of information to see if lava paste or eXpandIT 3D texture medium are things that you want to add to your plethora of mediums to be able to use. Thank you for coming along for another Mixed Media Basics. I'll see you next month for Technique Tuesday. And here I'm going to show you some samples of items that I have made using either the lava paste or eXpandIT.